Hi everyone and welcome. So I wanted to do a reading for everyone before we have the full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius on Tuesday the 26th of May. And just do an energy update and a check-in. This is a collective reading, so it's good for all signs. It's not sign specific, so this is going to be a bigger energy and overarching themes, whatever may come up collectively for all of us, energies that we may or may not be moving through. So I just wanted to do a check-in for all of you. And the day before the lunar eclipse, we also have a grand trine in the sky, and it's in the water sign. So it's a water trine, and trines are always an easy aspect. So they bring about fortune and good luck and a sort of nice energy, a very flowy energy. And with that being in the water signs, it's about intuition, okay, and manifestation, heart healing, healing in general, good fortune. And I do have some notes. So I know it's the moon in Scorpio, and then also Neptune in Pisces and Mars in Cancer. We also have Jupiter that's in Pisces right now for the first time in 12 years. So there is also the energy of having heightened compassion. So being able to come from the higher heart and really elevate our compassion at this time. And then the full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius is conjunct the south node of the moon, which is also in Sagittarius. So we're going to be seeing where things need to end. And a lot of these endings have to do with patterns, karmic situations, karmic relationships, past life energy as well is really heightened with this lunar eclipse. And lunar eclipses do bring in change, endings. They can be difficult. I'm Sagittarius, so obviously this is affecting me in a big way. So it's at 5 degrees of Sagittarius. And if you have Sagittarius anywhere in your chart, well, you have it in your chart. So you could look at where 5 degrees of Sagittarius is in your natal chart, or just where Sag is. And that'll give you some clues as to what areas of your life this eclipse may be affecting. But let's get some messages. So I just want to call in the angels, the divine with love and light, ascended masters, and the guides to join us tonight. And let's get some messages for everybody and just see what the themes are going to be. So funny. So funny, you guys. So we have Sagittarius energy here, and this is the energy of the hare or the rabbit. So fast moving. So this is a fast moving energy. These are things that can like come out of nowhere. And there may be like, on some level, you may know that this change is bringing in blessings for you. Rabbits are traditionally associated with fertility and abundance and good luck. So Sag energy here, it's quick, it's wanting to expand everything in its life. Sagittarius loves to learn. So I feel like there's going to be an opportunity to really learn some powerful lessons right now and really get moving and like get on your way and move past this quicker than maybe you think that you're able to. And then we have the 10 of Cups. So this is all leading to joy and to happiness and all good things. And I love how this 10 of Cups is like a school of fish. So it's as if you were in the sea. So that's that water trine of being in the sea, in the flow, just kind of surrendering into it all. And you're looking up and you see this big school of fish, and they're all working together. They're in a flow together. So this is sort of like what this energy is like, what we're like sort of rushing towards, or what we're moving towards, is like this unified energy of flow that's bringing joy. So that's really nice. And right now, because at the bottom is the 2 of Swords. So you may be having a lot of inner conflict right now about decision-making, about a situation, which way is it going to go, and you can't see everything clearly with that moon there. It's not clear. There's almost like a standstill, and it's not clear right now. So that's at the bottom of the deck. And underneath the Two of Swords is the Eight of Swords. So this is a lot of mental energy, and this is Gemini season, right? And this is Mercury, that's in Gemini, and it's going to go retrograde soon. So, you know, just feeling trapped by the mind. So it's interesting, you know, that our first card out is the card of Sag, and then we have all of this mental energy of the mind. You know, Gemini can lead us to analysis paralysis, or it can be very liberating, because Gemini is able to problem solve and able to, like, Gemini, the energy of Gemini can figure out like how to get out of this, how to unbind itself, how to just fly free once again. Bats, they have great sonar, right? So you can't like sneak up on a bat really, because they have such great sonar, and they can really like make their way through an obstacle course without their sight here. So there's something here about using your inner sight or your insight, because not everything is clear, but really tapping into your inner knowing right now, and sort of surrendering to that. And then we get the threes, the Empress and the Three of Pentacles. So there's going to be an expansion that's going to happen, and growth. The Divine Mother here, and this is the Chinese peony, I believe. And I love like this sort of like really, really deep, deep, deep indigo color. It's so regal, and it's so connected again into the third eye. And great, having great insight, and just that there's something that's going to bloom. And this is where, you know, there's going to be teamwork here. And it's about like doing things for the good of all, and being in that space of working towards where everyone is in a flow together, but having to all do the work. You know, this is like where everybody's putting in the work. Everybody is contributing something. And it's for the greater good of all. And whenever like a bee comes up, there is the queen bee. And so the Empress is sort of like, she would be like, they're all going for her nectar, right? This flower, or we could call her the queen bee, but they're working for her. And in this case, like they would be, you know, pollinating her. So there's this energy of some kind of a hierarchy in the current energy. You may feel that there's like a hierarchy, but here with the School of Fish, it doesn't feel like there's any hierarchy at all. It just feels like everybody is equal. Sagittarius energy of the Knight of Wands really just wants to run free. And so there may be some kind of a conflict here between being free on your own and abundant on your own, and expanding on your own, versus the energy of doing it in a group. So that could be something that you're really thinking about right now, is with your projects, with your life, whatever your situation is it something that you want to do on your own, or is it something that you want to do in a group? So let's get a few more cards and see why I'm picking up on this energy. Okay. Ooh, wow. Wow. We have strength, number 8. So here's that energy of past life, and like releasing things from the past, releasing things from your past in this incarnation, or wrapping up things that, you know, that you've come here to sort of like the karma that you've come here to resolve in this lifetime. And the energy of the beetle. So I do actually want to look and see what type of beetle this is from this book. It's the Hercules beetle. So this is about overcoming difficulties, and it does go back to like standing up for what's right, standing up for yourself, but actually having compassion for the other people that are involved. So I am feeling like part of this tug of war is around discerning maybe like who has your back and who doesn't, you know, with this energy, like discerning who you want to work with and who you don't, who you want to partner with and who you don't, who's contributing and who's not contributing, because ultimately it comes back to this energy of the 10 cups, of having all of them and just being in this beautiful flow. So let's get a few more. Yes, and here's where we see the conflict, and this is this is the energy of the gazelle. So this is where there has been a lot of conflict, and where you may have even felt like you didn't really have control over a situation or have control over your own life. We see the energy of the spider with the hanged man. So it's like, you know, the spider is the weaver and weaves its own destiny and weaves its own web. It's in control of that. It can control, you know, how it's woven, and it's very quick to be able to weave a web. If you've ever noticed how quickly spiders can weave a web. So it is this energy of just kind of pausing to look at these conflicts and to see where they were ultimately there for your growth, where, you know, when you've bumped heads with other people recently, and perhaps there's been unhealthy competition and ego, versus where somebody is constructively criticizing you and is kind of pushing you forward to be your best self. So it is about like taking a pause and just, again, just surrendering. So I think that right now what's happening is there is sort of like this mental energy of, what do I release versus what do I nurture? Okay. What do I continue to work on versus what do I set myself free from? Because this Knight of Wands is very free. Now, with the rabbit, this is, you know, this is an animal that is hunted. It is prey. So this is where you could feel like perhaps you were prey for other people. You've fallen prey to other people. And that could be part of this energy of like feeling stuck in that. But that being said, this rabbit is very, very quick, has very keen instinct. They can burrow. They are fertile. They multiply very quickly, and that's why you don't see rabbits on an endangered species list, because they know how to keep going, and they know how to you know, ensure that they will survive. They're survivors, and they're very sweet, you know. So it's a really, really interesting energy. And right now, it's just not clear for you. And so I feel like the advice, if you are in a place where you are up against some forces in your life that feel less than friendly or less than loving or less than nurturing or less than compassionate, that you pause, surrender. And you may be in a place of figuring out like what you have to sacrifice in your life in order to move forward, in order to attain the 10 cups, in order to have total growth and expansion and beauty and tenderness and love in your life. The Hanged Man is also a card of sacrifice. It's where we decide what needs to go. And some of those things may be hard to let go of. And that's where the Two of Swords comes in, of decision making. So, and it is going to take a lot of strength and a lot of inner work. Yeah. Also, another message that I'm getting for some of you is the Strength with the Three of Pentacles. And this being sort of the hive mind here. So if you're someone who is feeling sort of trapped inside of the hive of what everybody's doing right now, and you can place this however you'd like, that you have the strength to really stand on your own. really stand up for yourself and speak your truth and live your truth and walk your truth. So that's another message that I'm getting for some of you, is getting out of the hive mind. And it may be causing a lot of conflict and a lot of bumping of heads. You know what I mean? A lot of bumping of heads. And the Hanged Man may be where you're sort of stuck, like you feel like you're trapped. The 8 here. Also, noticing that there's 2 8s, 8 of Swords with the Strength. So 8-8, and that goes into August and Lionsgate. This lunar eclipse is kicking off eclipse season. So then in June, we have the full solar eclipse that's in the sign of Gemini. So just a nod to Lionsgate. That's the Egyptian New Year. That happens every year. It's where there's a huge gateway that opens up. It's an alignment of planets. I think Sirius and the central sun, and Earth, or our sun, and I think even the pyramids at Giza. So there could be a nod to like that time. But I have been noticing in my readings lately that 8s have been really, really prevalent. And I do really feel that it is the energy of this lunar eclipse conjunct the south node of the moon. And it's just all like releasing patterns, like I said, past life stuff, relationships in your life right now, situations in your life right now that are karmic in nature, that you're ready to release and move on from. And it's that, you know, that we're wrapping up a really big, big cycle. So, all right. Let's use the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. And let's just see what was at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you guys, there's an opportunity for something really beautiful and new. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is there, Ace of Coins, and this is the most solid ace. It's earth energy. So this is where, this is your acorn that you can grow into an oak tree, that you can grow into that 10, the completion. And what I love is like these little mushrooms there in the corner. So there is a nod to magic, you know, the magical realms, and the elementals as well, the elementals, because the pentagram is, you know, 5 points. So it's earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. So just a nod to the elements and nature, but that there's going to be an opportunity. There's new energy that's going to be coming in. So like, get ready is what I'm hearing. Get ready, like get ready for movement, get ready for change, get ready for expansion, get ready for growth. And it really may, you really may be having a hard time with this right now. You may really have a lot of conflict or drama around you. You may feel stuck, you may feel trapped, you may feel like you don't know which way to go, what to do, and that's totally okay. You know, stay strong, you guys. Beetles are another creature. You just like can't get rid of them. They can be very invasive, you know, in some sense, but they're also very magical. When you think of the scarab beetle, they represent rebirth. They represent death and rebirth in Egyptian culture. So, okay. Anyway, let's get a few more cards. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guides. Let's get a few additional messages for you guys and see. Whoops. Yes. Yes. Above all else, do not lose hope. That's from The Life of Pi, one of my favorite movies. So hope, the sun card, it's there. So this is also a nod to the solar eclipse that'll be happening in Gemini, excuse me, in June. Okay. So, you know, this is about a breakthrough and happiness, and abundance, and, just all things beautiful. Actually, this is not the sun card. Number 17 is the star card. Wait a second, you guys. It is. It's the star card, but I was seeing it as the sun. Okay. So this is where healing begins. Really and truly. So this is the star card coming in, but it looks like a sun, and our sun is a star. So I feel like in this deck, they're, you know, they're interchangeable, but this is where healing begins. This is where hope is restored. Aquarius energy. And, you know, this is where we start to heal from these tower moments. So if there are things that are abruptly happening in your life, leaving your life, changing in your life, and it just feels really sudden, even though it may have been a long time coming, it still happens like suddenly, it comes out of nowhere. The stars where we begin to heal. So it's really beautiful. There's hope. Do not lose hope. Above all else, do not lose hope. And actually, I don't know if you can see it, but here there's like a person there. So it's almost like, you know, it's in your hands, like you're holding it, you know, because there's hands here. And inside of that is, you know, whatever you want to call it, your guide, your highest self. It's you, really, you know, it's really you. So it's also like that you're the key to your own hope. So this is about staying optimistic through all of that, knowing, you know, it's always darkest before the dawn. And let's get another card. And at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands, or the Nine of Swords. And this is about, like it says, suffering in silence. So some of you may really be going through a very hard time right now. And yeah, wow, 2 sevens here. So these are the challenges that some of you are going through. Is feeling like you have... like you're being bombarded right now. This reminds me of the energy of Mars there, 7 of Wands, stand your ground. Realize how strong you are, that you can really overcome these challenges. 7 of Swords here. So, you know, as you are someone who is like breaking free, someone who is really on your soul's path, towards the 10 Cups, towards the energy of the Empress, you know, a lot of envy, deception. I don't know, he's got a mask on, so this is also where you could be, like, people are revealing themselves to you. You're really seeing people's true intentions towards you. 2 sevens. So, you know, big spiritual tests and challenges that could have been happening in your life. And this is where strength comes in. That's why you have to have strength. So yeah, the message is very simple. Stand your ground. You know, you're going to have the opportunity to heal. And the star is also about finding your own North Star, following your destiny, you know, and I don't know, for some of you, you could be on a path to like great recognition within your field, within your community, where people are going to be like knowing your name. And, you know, people may be jealous of that, or try to dim your light or try to push you down, you know. So all of that green there, that's the green-eyed monster. So there could be a lot of jealousy around you guys. But the energy of Mars is that warrior. So it's like you don't have to back down. You don't have to back down. It doesn't mean that you should really go head to head if that's what's coming at you. I see you guys as really focused. You're not trying to stay stuck in a situation, because the Knight of Wands does not stay stuck. It gets out. So there really could be this energy of just like bouncing, like I've just got to get away from this as quickly as I can. But it's also about not leaving behind the people that do have your back, not leaving behind the people that make your life sweet. You know, that kind of energy of like really sticking with the people who have had your back. Okay, and let's get a Divine Doors card. And this is a great deck. It's by Enrique and Grazia. And let's see like what door you are opening, what door you're walking through. Okay, yeah, it's coming out of the darkness. It's coming out of the places that are abandoned and left to rot, and where there really isn't a lot of abundance there. Or maybe it's about returning to this and cleaning it up and making it beautiful and restoring it. So there is an energy of restoration here. And as we get into retrograde season, you are going to have time to reevaluate things, reevaluate your plans, reevaluate people, reevaluate relationships, reevaluate just situations that you've been in to see where you could have improved, or to see where you have done a great job and where you can like have a lot of pride in yourself, you know, and see where you were able to bring love and light to a situation. So it says walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people. The earth is your soul tribe. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. That's amazing. So a sacred walkabout, like what does that look like for you? How does that make you feel? You know, if you were to be on a walkabout and you discovered this sort of abandoned, cool looking place, you know, I don't know, maybe you would do something with it, you know, but it's also, this is representative of like your inner world and how you can come back in and restore things that maybe you had neglected for a while. So it is about like the self and seeing what parts of yourself perhaps have been neglected, and how you can sort of do some spring cleaning or clean house. And also with regards to the mind, you know, this could be the energy of the mind, of how the mind can become sort of polluted with all of these thoughts that are just taking up too much space. So I think there's an expression like, don't let anyone live rent-free in your mind. And that could be that energy of just a mental clearing during Gemini season, Mercury retrograde in Gemini. Gemini is such a brilliant energy of the mind. So in its highest vibration, you know, it's really able to problem solve and clean things up and think on its feet. It's got great communication. You know, you might want to like write some of these ideas down and really like do some goal setting is what I'm hearing. Let's get one more. Ooh, okay. So here is the light. You see that? That is beautiful. A moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. So this is the light. You know, look at these two. So this may be where you're feeling like now. And this is how things are going to look in 30 days, in 60 days, in a week, in a day, in a moment's time. It says a moment's joy. So perhaps for some of you, it's just one moment's joy that transforms this. So sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. I feel like this is also speaking to that 10 of Cups, that this is a state of mind. This isn't a place, you know, this isn't a destination. It's a state of mind and a state of heart. So, so another message I'm getting is, you know, you don't have to run away because you can find it exactly where you are. And there's going to be change and there's going to be movement regardless. But it's also about just finding that space within yourself, right? In a moment's bliss, a moment's joy can just change all of this. So that's really beautiful, you guys. I really love that. I'm trying to think if I should get any other message and see what we have. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to take a card from the Secret Language of Light. And see what we have for you guys. And just get a closing message. Yeah, don't let anybody live rent-free in your head, okay? Or let them walk through your mind with their dirty feet. Beautiful, beautiful soul name. And that is a number 1. So it comes back to self, okay? And even with the aces are a number 1. So it comes back to self. So I'm really feeling like no matter what's happening in your world, what's transpired, what's gone wrong, what's gone right, bring it back to self. And this is a deeper knowing of your soul name. And so some of you are being called to have a certain remembrance of not like what your name is like here that maybe your parents gave you when you were born, but some kind of a deeper name. That might be a meditation that some of you might want to do. But with number 1, it's almost like a yes or a no. What are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to? From the outside and from the inside. What are you allowing versus what are you not allowing versus what are you just surrendering to? So there may be multiple aces for you, and it's going to be one answer, yes or no. That number 1 coming back to self. Some of these things may have come up in Aries season, okay? And that was, you know, in April, and now we're at the end of May. So just kind of like returning to how you were feeling during Aries season. And, you know, a lot of you are being asked to sort of like meditate on your identity, but in a deeper way. And again, it's a remembrance. It's not something that you need to seek outside of yourself. It's just a remembrance of something that you already know, something deeper about yourself. And that's this lunar eclipse in Sag conjunct the south node of the moon in Sag. So it's like a resolution of something and a remembrance of something for some of you, okay? And then we have, yes, clearing, create space. And that's this energy. Like I was feeling like it's like a cleaning house, you know? I mean, these are like, this is the duality. And Gemini is a sign of duality and polarity. It's the twins, light and the shadow. But it is about creating space for new things. Cleaning house, you guys, definitely an energy of cleaning house, whether that's in your physical world of actually things to create space around, or it's internal. It's like a sweeping of the mind. And another thing that I want to say is just about doing the things in the day-to-day, doing the work, you know, being on a spiritual path, not forgetting that you can still do a simple task like chopping wood and carrying water. As the Buddha said, you know, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. You know, you don't see these enlightened beings not actually like, you know, cleaning their house or something like that. You know, that it's important that you also stay humble and have a sense of humility around the things that you do, around the person that you are. You may have advanced spiritually, but it's important to stay humble is what I'm hearing during this process. But the more you create space, the more newness can come in, and the more you can even work to integrate the things that are important and just release the things that that you don't need, that are just taking up too much space. So let's check the bottom of the deck. Yes, 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 yes. So here's your inner voice. And as I always say, this the message here isn't the message. It's your reaction to the message. That is the message. And never give up your power to a reading or to a reader or to anyone for that matter. Listen to yourself. So I hope that this was helpful. And if it resonated for you, please do, you know, like this if you're watching this on YouTube, and subscribe, leave a comment. It really helps me out a lot. And I'm going to try to post this to Instagram. I may have to break it up in a few videos, but we'll see how that goes. All right, everybody, I wish you lots of love and lots of light. Take good care. Okay, bye-bye.